Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. So exciting week, exciting start to the week at least. Excitement seems to be coming back in the crypto market, which is good to see. Don't forget that the overall crowd will not get interested in Bitcoin and Ether until they have probably reached their next milestone targets. For Ether, that's around 3 to 4K. For Bitcoin, that's around 40 to 50K. They don't need to be reached at the same time, but they are basically the targets that after the next breakout, the price should reach. We have here a breakout on the ETH chart. It depends on, one second, here it shifted a bit. A breakout level here around $2,150. On the daily chart, we're still quite far away from that. Before we get there, we have to get above Fibonacci resistance. The key level here is 1908. But overall, it's not looking too bad. I mean, Ether is definitely behind Bitcoin. I mean, anybody who's already thinking that, anybody who's already concerned that Bitcoin might have gone too high, Ether is still way lower, compared to structurally where Bitcoin is. So literally, ETH has only started to move basically yesterday, okay? So Ether followed the projections nicely throughout the last couple of weeks, made lower lows. I would have liked to see it go to 1450, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. We can still get there, by the way. We can still get there, but the important thing is, and that's what most people are interested in, to understand the larger trend. And on the ETH chart, we have obviously an uptrend. The current assumption is, and that it's been the assumption since, I think, August last year, that the bear market low has been in, or is in, okay? So we very quickly assumed that and have been tracking an uptrend after we reversed in June 22. It's all on YouTube. And there could be a scenario in which this is a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup, or we only have two 1-2 structures. So 1-2, 1-2. Doesn't really matter which one it is. Support is 1240. And as long as we're holding above 1240, we focus on higher prices. Only a break below 1240 will make me assume that we will get new bear market lows. But it's good to see that we're currently putting some distance between the current price and that key threshold. So that gives, again, a few more layers of support. I currently don't assume that we will get new bear market lows. It's not the primary scenario, and it hasn't been it hasn't been for more than a year anyway. So the idea is only that we are in a correction. That correction could be finished with the last low that was made on the 12th of October. I cannot confirm that to you, but the multi-hour trend is up, and that's why we are focusing on higher prices anyway. So let's go to the lower time frame chart. So this is the lower time frame chart. First of all, we can see that we have two wave counts. I want to talk to you about the short-term bearish and then the short-term bullish wave count. In the short-term bearish wave count, that's the yellow count, we possibly get an Elliott wave triangle. It could be a different structure. I mean, essentially the yellow wave count still allows for some kind of a correction to be playing out here. That yellow wave count, first of all, the triangle pattern that we have, A, B, C, D, E, will be invalidated above 1753. We want that invalidation for a more bullish perspective. So that would be 1753, that key level, okay? In yesterday's update, so by the way, in the triangle, essentially another low is still possible. Doesn't need to be a triangle, it could be some kind of a different corrective structure, but essentially that will get less likely above 1753. What will really make a bearish or short-term bearish scenario less likely is the right structure though. And that's why I highlighted to you in the last few days that we are going to start to lean bullish. Okay, for ETH, that was very, very timely from down here. Very timely. I think issued that statement in the membership on Saturday that we're going to start to, or Friday maybe even, I can't remember, Friday or Saturday, that we're going to start to lean more bullish, it's too early, bullish, and that we are going to assume that lows are in place for many coins. If you don't want to miss these announcements, check out the channel membership. There are updates in addition to the videos on YouTube, especially in the gold membership. But that assumes that we're tracking this white wave structure. That's basically the same count as the more direct bullish count on the Bitcoin chart. And in this scenario, we have completed 3 waves up. So that means we only have 3 waves up. It can still dramatically fail from here, absolutely. But most importantly, the price has reached the target box that I communicated yesterday morning. So that's what we wanted to see in both scenarios, both in the yellow count and the white wave count. They were basically mirror counts until here. Now they can start to move apart from each other. In the white wave count, we can easily push higher towards 1753 and possibly higher. The support for the white wave count is 1605, which means against the golden ratio, against the 61.8 retracement level, we can focus on higher. If we get a setback now, that's pretty much preferred at some point. Doesn't need to happen yet, but a setback of some sorts is preferred to put a 4th wave into place, and then we can look at a 5th wave. After we have 5 waves, an ABC pullback will provide a nice higher low support area that could be used to trade the next move higher for anybody who's looking for pullback trade setups. At the moment, the structure is still very fragile because we haven't broken above 1753 and we did not come back to form a 4th and a 5th wave. So that's still very much preferred, but it looks to me as if we are in the late stages of this 3rd wave now. Yeah, that's the situation that we're looking at here at the moment. It is very much preferred in the bullish count to see the price break above 1753, and then obviously to look for that ABC pullback. Once I have 5 waves complete, I will give you another support area for the next move higher. We haven't seen that yet, and we are still pushing higher short term, and I would not be surprised to push above this area, but this was designed to be the next pivot, the next decision point, where basically the yellow and the white wave count can diverge. And if we now come down directly from here, it could still be the white wave count, but definitely also the yellow. If we push higher from here, it would already shift probabilities towards the white wave count. Again, we are focusing on higher anyway already, as per that statement that I gave on Friday or Saturday, because we see some bullish signals in the crypto world, and we want to be early with getting with calling lows in place. Now, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not calling a low in place, but I'm telling you that I'm leaning bullish until something breaks, and that the multi-hour chart is up the trend, okay, and therefore we want to lean bullish, also not only long term, not only medium term, but also short term, until something breaks, okay, because we've seen some indicators, some signals that we've communicated. Yeah, but that's exciting. So that's the current view. So it can still break from here in the yellow count, absolutely, but I would need to see a break below 1605 to make that more likely. Yeah, so that's my update about Ether. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. As a channel member, you get access to our weekly live streams every Sunday. You get access to Discord and Telegram, to our chat rooms and to educational content. And as a gold member, you get access to short-term market updates, which I think can be very useful in a environment like this at the moment, yeah, where things are getting much more exciting. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.